Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're here on day one of a brand new week, wrapping up last week's adventure and hopefully finding what we've been hunting for all week because it hasn't shown up. Has not once that I recall has it shown up. But hopefully today's the day. We are going to start off with 100 sleep points, and that puts us at 7,340. And before we get too far into it, I'll go ahead and let you know it's probably going to be quite a long episode. We got a lot that we're going to go through today. Some analysis of some of the Pokemon that we caught over the week, and getting ready for this week. Hopefully, gonna find what we're looking for this week, but we'll just have to wait and see how things go. We're gonna play our daily lottery and get a handy candy ×1. Not bad. Could definitely put that to use. Those will all add up and be very beneficial when it comes time to start powering stuff up for Lapis Lakeside. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. Session 170. 8 hours and 54 minutes. Got 13% dozing. It's not looking good because dozing is what we need. 52% snoozing and 35% slumbering. But it might still be dozing. Balanced. Interesting. With such a disparity between the snoozing and slumbering, I did not think that was going to happen. But that does still give us a chance to find what we were looking for. Hopefully we can at least break 40, 45 million. That would be nice. Easy 40. Oh, easy 45. 50. 50.8 million. Not bad. Not bad at all. We have a full board. And just hopefully one of them is what we're looking for. That is a new sleep type. That is good. That puts us that much closer to 240, which I am hearing reports that apparently 240 was inaccurate, that it's instead 230 that you need to unlock Lapis Lakeside. So I haven't seen anything official, but I'm hearing reports that it has been reported that it's 230. So keep that in mind. 230, 240 is what you're going to need to unlock Lapis. Just kind of have to wait and see till we get the in-game news exactly how many we're going to need. But either way, we should be good because this is a Sudowoodo, Rattata, Primeape, Ekans, Slowpoke, and a Totodile. And there are two more. So that puts us exactly at 240. So no matter what, we're gonna be able to make it to Lapis. Not as soon as it drops, because I don't think we're going to use an easy travel ticket. I think that would probably be a waste on our part to do that, but we will be able to get there very quickly. So there's the Croconaw top belly, and then what else do we have that's new? Hopefully it's that that pincer we're looking for. Where are you at? Hiding some. Ooh. Even better. Horn shaking sleep. Well, I say better. It actually isn't going to do us any good on the ingredient front, but it's rarer. I think this is the first one I've seen. It is. Heracross loves sweet sap and will scour whole forests for it. When the search is particularly hard, Heracross grows exhausted and may even end up nodding off while still licking the sap it finds. Just sleep eating. Oh, I'm dumb. No one's hungry. That is unfortunate. Let's see. What do we do? We do... Okay. As much as I want to catch the Heracross, I really don't think it's the smart play. It is rare, but it's not going to be very beneficial for us in the long run. And we do have something that is higher on the priority list to help. And that is this little guy right here. So as much as I want to catch the Heracross because it's rare, I think we need to go for the smart play and take the Totodile. We have exactly enough biscuits for it. And with any luck, this one will have the berry finder that we've so sorely been lacking. Well, at least it didn't give us a critical capture on the final biscuit like this game tends to do. But that is the Totodile. Just out of curiosity, how much do we need to take this Heracross home? What is that? 16? That is a lot. That is quite a lot. But I think today's the day. We're gonna do it. Yeah. It just felt right, you know? Sometimes you think you have a plan and then your gut feeling tells you to do something. So that felt right. We have the points to buy a new one, so not really worried about spending it there. I just hope that my gut was correct and that it was actually going to be something worthwhile. We are going to send out the Totodile candy. I wanted to say Crocodile candy, and then I went to Feraligatr candy. I had to go through the whole evolution line to find it. We're going to send out the Totodile candy because nothing else is really super helpful. We are going to get 2,832 research XP, which is enough to level up, give us another biscuit back and a luck incense. That's good. With a dream cluster and 5,405 dream shards. All right, first things first. Let's check and see how this Totodile turned out. There you are. We got level 10 and timid with sausage and double oil. And then inventory up L, not great, but helping bonus is pretty good. That's decent. Skill level up S is kind of irrelevant. Skill trigger M also kind of irrelevant. And helping speed M all the way at the end, so not fantastic. And the nature definitely makes sure that this is not a good Totodile. So let's see. Actually, feel like jumping up that high from helping bonus is kind of, I don't know, that doesn't feel right. I mean, yeah, helping bonus is very good, but I don't know if it is, what is that? 65 points good. Or 64 points. But maybe I just don't understand exactly how strong it is. I don't know. We'll hold on to this one. This one might be better than the one we have right now, but not super thrilled with it, but I'll hold on to it for now. But now, the one that I am excited to find out about, and hopefully I did not waste that master biscuit, but odds are I did. Let's see, level 21 and lonely. Okay. Starting out at a really high level already. Honey, and mushroom, which Heracross is a skill trigger specialist. I don't know its main skill, so hopefully it's something worthwhile. Ingredient magnet, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Inventory up S is a good start. Would be nice if it was L, but I'll take it. Ingredient finder S, also not bad. Helping bonus, not terrible. Skill trigger S is good. And helping speed S. So just off of these sub skills, it is not the best and most optimal sub skills that you could have for it, but they're not bad. The nature, lonely nature, speed of help up, that's actually pretty good too. That is pretty good for a skill specialist. So let's see if we're at least above 80%. Ooh, yikes, 59. Not great, which makes sense given that it doesn't have skill trigger and helping speed lower than level 60, so the calculator isn't taking those into account yet. I feel like it'd probably be higher, you know, well, it's definitely going to be higher once we get to level 75 and it unlocks skill trigger S, but for now, not that great. The ingredient count is actually kind of more interesting. Ingredient related rating basis is picked. Make sure the cooking schedule and user settings is set up. Check the documentation available at the top right side of the page. I don't know that I've seen this message before. I'm not even sure if it's popped up before and I just have skipped over it. Interesting. Make sure the cooking schedule is set up. I wonder why you would need to do that for ingredient count. That's very interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, ingredient count is definitely going to be up quite a bit. So that's 82. It's actually not bad. This is a, you know, if we didn't have Venusaur, this would be a solid honey Pokemon. You know, maybe if there is a time on green grass where we need these berries and honey, this would be a decent substitute, but I don't know. This one's not bad. We'll save it as its skill rating for now. 59, and it is level 21. So overall, not a total waste of a Master Biscuit, but not the best thing we could have gotten either. But I'm happy with it. It turned out, you know, decent enough that we could use it, and that's really all you can ask for a lot of the times with the Master Biscuit, because it is just a huge gamble. Well, let's go ahead and move on. We've got quite a bit to get through today since it is the, you know, end of the week, start of a new week. We're now at 20% area bonus for Cyan Beach. It is time to say goodbye. Week 25, the weekly summary. So we made it to Master 6. I thought about using an energy whistle. What's it called? Helper whistle last night to try to push us into Master 7. But we were just a bit above halfway to Master 7. It was like 24,000 strength away from Master 7. And I felt like the whistle may have gotten us close, but I wasn't very confident that it would push us over into Master 7, so I ended up not doing it. But we did get a little over halfway towards it. So we did pretty well this week, even though it says all our strength was down from last week, but that's because we were in a place where we have a much higher island bonus. But we got 508,035 final strength, 280,625 of it from berries, and 227,410 from cooking. So pretty close to half and half. An overall grade of S for the week, which is 6 handy candies. We definitely need those. Pretty consistent sleep last week. Let's see, there was about an hour in between my shortest and longest sleep, so not bad at all. And I went to bed pretty consistently in terms of time that I went to sleep and time woken up, so not bad. And we're now at 20% with 63% of the sleep styles studied. I don't know why I stuttered there. Oh man. But we got 17% Pokemon befriended. So we still have a lot to do on Cyan Beach, and we are going to go back to Cyan Beach this week. I feel like we've neglected it, and every time we come here, we spend a week and we're like, time to go. Beach sucks. Let's go. So we're going back. We're going to stick here. We're going to try to find some more Chikorita, Mankeys, Pinsir. There's a lot here that we need a better version of. So we're going to stick around here. We did get salads this week, so that's going to be pretty interesting. But for last night, we got 100 XP and 100% energy recovery and 20 diamonds for going to bed on time. So the team this week is going to change up. I do see a very interesting icon there. Do we have new news? We do have new news. Okay, let's check this out. Doesn't look like the news we were expecting, but it is new news. Let's start with the sleep report volume 5. How was your sleep research during the 3-day good sleep day event? Oh, this is last time. Oh, we're actually up. Normally it's like +4 or +5 minutes, and this time it's +8 minutes, +13, and +23. All this stuff is interesting, but not that interesting, so we will go ahead and move on. We've got event good sleep day number 6. Rest your very best on the night of a full moon. This event is held once a month. So this time we have Thursday, January 25th for day 1, and then day 2 is January 26th, day 3, January 27th. So the 25th through the 27th, which is right after Lapis drops. So maybe it is worth it to use that easy ticket or the easy travel ticket to go to Lapis the day it drops and then take advantage of the good sleep day event. That would be a call that you'll have to decide if that's best for you. I don't know, that might be worth it. Participating in the event is easy. Simply press the sleep button before going to sleep during the event period to track your sleep. A variety of event-related effects will be triggered during your sleep research. So January 26th, the night of the full moon, will have double drowsy power with sleep XP times 3, Pokemon sleep XP times 3, and an extra 1,000 sleep points. And then on January 25th and 27th, 1.5 times drowsy power times 2 Pokemon sleep XP and another 500 bonus sleep points. So that's 2,000 sleep points in total. And a good time to use your luck incense, your growth incense, your focus incense, and friend incense. All 4 of those very good to use during the event, especially on the night of the full moon. Let's see, the multipliers for drowsy power on the night of the full moon. This is just breaking down what happens if the night of the full moon were a different day of the week. But this time around it is on Friday, so it's just the ×2. Notes about good sleep day. This looks like probably all of the typical stuff. Yep, this is what they say every time. So nothing new there. So let's go ahead and move on and check out. Whoop, get back here. Game is lagging a little bit today. I hit close twice because I didn't think I hit it the first time. Good Sleep Day Bundle 6. To go along with the Good Sleep Day event beginning at 4 a.m. on Thursday, Good Sleep Day Bundle Volume 6 packed with items to further boost the effects of the event will be available. So it is typically just the one bundle, and this bundle is 1,500 diamonds for 2 growth incense, 2 luck incense, and 2 focus incense with 9 great biscuits. So if you look at it purely from the cost of the biscuits, it is a discount. You get, typically it would cost you 1,800 diamonds to get the 9 biscuits, but this time it's only 1,500 plus you get the extra incense. Excuse me. Grab a drink, it's gonna be a long episode. But these bundles, especially at this price, typically for me have not been worthwhile. 1,500 diamonds is a lot, and I know that's a lot of real world money if you're just buying the diamonds outright to get the bundle. So I'm not really sure. I'm not going to be buying it. Even if I had the diamonds, I wouldn't spend it on this. There's a better use of diamonds, in my opinion, just through the camp, the good camp tickets. But if you've got the diamonds and you think this is good for you, it's not the worst deal, but it's a lot of diamonds. So I don't know. kind of just sticking with the same old, not really anything special for the Good Sleep Day bundles. Hopefully the bundles will get better eventually. But we did get some medals. Let's go check those out. How many times I have cooked for Snorlax? 410 times. 2,200 dream shards. I feel like 410 times, like if you've cooked that much, you're probably pretty far in the game. Should have been a higher dream shard reward, but that's just me being nitpicky. Let's check out what you guys have been up to. 40 sleep reports, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 that doubled. That's not too bad, just shy of that 25% we hoped for. There is one level up, which is another handy candy. I've said it about 500 times this episode, but those help and will help when we go to level up for Lapis Lakeside. But all right, let's go ahead and collect our scraps from our helpers since it doesn't really like to carry over. We are going to get some Venusaur or Bulbasaur candy. That's the one. I'm going to leave that pack full for Raichu. I don't think I want to collect from him just yet. That's something that was. I could just barely see it sticking under that rock. Well, I had Venusaur and Blastoise and Wartortle on the team because I was hoping for an ingredient magnet trigger, but no dice. I don't know why I clicked that button. That's not where I want to go. All right, let's see what we can do about breakfast. Probably not a whole lot. Start of the week, our ingredients are kind of sorely lacking. I don't even know if we could make any of these basic recipes. Let's see. Let's switch over to salads. Guess we need to put in our current list of ingredients. Let's go ahead and refresh. We've got 4 mushrooms, 8 eggs, 6 apples. Looking like not a whole lot of anything. That is not apples, that's potatoes. 6 apples, 13 milk. If I can click on it. 6 honey. Yeah, we're not gonna have much for anything. And then we've got 4 tomatoes, 9 cocoa, 20 tails, and 5 soybeans. Literally just a mixed salad. All right, well, that's fun. So let's go ahead and looks like we're gonna have to use some of these ingredient tickets to start the week off. All right, so let's start with the small tickets. 5 potatoes and 5 apples. That's at least gonna let us make the the apple salad. Couldn't remember the name of it. I don't know how. It's super easy to remember. But I don't really want to make that, so let's see if we can get something else. 5 ginger and 5 more milk. Not helping all that much. And let's use 1 ingredient ticket in and just see what happens. 10 cacao. 10 more potatoes. That might help. It did not. And 10 more milk. So yeah, not really much of anything, which is not, you know what? Let's just use it. Today's the day of using all the things. 10 oil will help, but not as much as I thought it would. I thought the 10 oil was actually going to let us make something. And 10 more honey. Yikes. You know what? Why stop with just 1 left? Might as well. 5 more cacao, 5 more honey. Not going well for us. So, yeah, a whole lot of nothing. That is unfortunate. All right, well, let's just make our terrible apple salad. And we will have have to, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw all these mushrooms and a bunch of potatoes in there. We can get plenty of those back if need be. At least we can power up this apple salad quite a bit. And we'll throw in the cocoa. So it may only be a fancy apple salad, but it'll be a strong fancy apple salad. Well, strong relative to fancy apple salads anyway. 6,987. So strong. So that is a now level 9 apple salad. That'll at least put us to basic 2, hopefully basic 3. But I don't think that quite puts us to basic 3. Yeah, just basic 2. $8,966, not bad. All right, now to get into the real meat and potatoes of what we have today. So I did go through and made sure to rename all the Pokemon we caught over this last week. So let's see, let's sort by date registered and go this way. I forgot about the Bonsley though. Okay, so starting off with the less important mimes, we have the Mr. Mime that we caught last week, only 26%, and doesn't have a good ingredient spread. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of him. And then with these two mimes, this was actually, you know what? Sorting by date registered is not gonna help us. What I need is to go back to this. This is what we're looking for. So this Mr. Mime was, or Mime Jr. was the one we caught way back when Mime and Mime Jr. first released. And it's actually still better than the two that we caught last week, and its ingredient spread is better. So the two that we caught last week, even though the old one has speed of help down for its nature, this helping speed M really helps to counterbalance that. So it's still worth it to hold on to that one versus these other two. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of them. And this way we have some extra Mime candy for if we need to use this Mime Jr. whenever Lapis Lake, well, when Lapis Lakeside drops, not whenever. We know when it's happening. And the game is loading forever. Is the game crashing? Okay, we're back. So I don't know what that was about. Just Pokemon Sleep being Pokemon Sleep, I guess. But we're back. Let's get back into what we were looking at. So we got rid of all the Mimes and the Mime Juniors. It seems like that actually stuck. When we get down to, let's see. What I really want to look at are the Mankeys and the Chikorritas that we caught over the last week compared to what we had before. So I believe this was the old Mankey. Let's see. Yes, this was the old Mankey that I had, which has a decent ingredient spread. But when you look at the others, they are significantly better. And we're really not worried about ingredient spread with the Mankeys. Not that much. Because they're berry specialists. I'm going to let their inventory fill up and then just let them collect nothing but berries. But what I do, and this is something that I wanted to show you guys to kind of help you determine which Pokemon you should keep and which ones you shouldn't. So what I do when I'm not sure of which ones are going to be better, you know, sometimes, you know, with this 69%, 80%, they're kind of close. So I want to check and make sure that I am going to invest in the correct one. And most of the times it works out. But what I do is I go to the team analysis and I plug them in to one of the slots, and then I will go to the edit button and push them up to a higher level than what they are. Clearly this Mankey is not a level 30 primate. It is a level 11 Mankey, but I'll go in, I'll evolve it, I'll put it to level 30, set its pack to always be full, and then I'll see what we can expect from it at level 30. And I've done that with all three of these Mankeys. And the only way that I can tell them apart now is by which nature they have. So this one is the 80% Mankey is the naive nature, which is this one here in the middle. And you can see that this is the best performing one at level 30. So then if I want to check further, I'll push them to level 50, which is the current level cap, and make sure they are all set to level 50. Come on. Mouse didn't want to cooperate. And then now we can see the naive nature is still the one that outperforms the others, which is kind of funny because one of them, or no, that's Victory Bell. I'm going the wrong way. Let's see. One of them had something, yeah, Helping Speed M on the rash nature, you would think would help out significantly over the Helping Speed S, at least starting off. But once you get into the higher levels, it turns out the naive works better, even though they both have Helping Speed S and M along the way. Now, if we want to take that into account and double check, we can go ahead and push these all the way to level 100. And the calculator kind of breaks a little bit, but the number of berries that come in is still pretty easy to figure out because it is more of a linear curve. And you can still see that even at level 100, they're the exact same. The rash and the naive turned out to be exactly the same at level 100 if we were to keep them and take them that far. So then the question is, which one do we pick out of these two? Clearly, from level 30 all the way to 100, the gentle one, not good. So we can go ahead and send that one to the professor. We're not worried about it. So all we're left is the 80% and the 69%. And I believe for my own usefulness, the naive one is the better choice, simply because it has the naive nature, which means the XP gains are going to go up, or the XP gains are up. So it's going to be easier to level along the way. And it has helping bonus at level 50. Whereas this Mankey, the only sub skills that matter are Helping Speed S and Helping Speed M. This one at least has helping bonus as well, and Sleep XP bonus as its capstone skill. Will I take this one to level 100? Probably not. But if it's the best one we get for a long time, then this is going to be the more useful of the two. So we can go ahead and get rid of this rash nature. I almost said Nash Racher. This rash nature Mankey, and stick with the naive. And that's how I decide which one is going to be the best out of what I have. And if I can find those Chikoritas wherever they went. Nope, I only had 2 Chikoritas. I had my bay leaf and one of the Chikoritas that we caught last week. You can see I've already bumped them up to level 30. And for the 2 of them, very small difference. Let me go in, because now that I have them already evolved to a Meganium, I don't remember which one's which. So the naughty is the one we had, the bay leaf, and the lonely is the one that we caught. The naughty one, just barely better, even though the Chikorita with the lonely nature, it does kind of have some better stuff like Helping Speed S and Helping Speed M earlier on. But since I'm not really worried about taking these to level 100, I'm almost certainly not. These are just usable for now until I find a better one, because we do want a berry finder one if we can find it somewhere. So for me, in this case, the determining factor between the two of them was that they're close enough that I'm really more concerned about what it's going to take to get them to level 30. Level 30 is kind of where I expect them to stop. Hopefully I find a better one along the way. Hopefully I find a better one this week, honestly, to get ready for Lapis Lakeside. But if these are my two choices and I don't find anything this week, which of these two am I going to want to use at Lapis and power up to level 30? For me, the choice is just which one's going to take the least amount of resources, and that's the bay leaf that we already have, even though it is a very slim difference between the two of them. It just doesn't make sense to put all of the extra resources into this one. And I think what was the real determining factor with these two is that at level 100, the naughty one, surprisingly, still outperforms the lonely one, which I thought would be better based on its sub skills. But you see 82% is what it was rated. The Chikorita that we caught this week was 82%, but then the Bayleaf we had was 77%, and yet still, over the course of level 100, and in most cases, it outproduces the higher rated Chikorita. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that sometimes, even though it may be rated higher, the way that the math and everything behind the scenes works out, it's not really better when you're talking about this close of a percentage rating. So always double check if you get some that are close, and just kind of be sure which one is going to be the best one to use. And again, with them being so close, I'm not going to power this one up. I'm just going to go ahead and send it to the professor, and that'll give us 5 more candy for when we're ready to power up the bay leaf that we already have. So that said, we've gone through what we got last week. Not really anything worthwhile, but it's time for us to switch over. Well, no, the Mankey was pretty good. Time to switch over and try to get ready for this week and build our team out. We are on Cyan Beach with salads, and what is going to be, I think the overheat ginger salad is probably going to be our best bet. Yeah, the others are just going to take too much space on the team to be able to get the ingredients to make them. So, problem is, with the mushrooms we have coming in from Gengar instead of the fiery herbs, that's going to be a little rough. But I think that's probably our best bet, is to shoot for the overheat ginger salad. We may have to change it up depending on how this goes, but that's going to be our target, is the overheat. Oh, it's already selected. Perfect. Let's go ahead and propose a team based on meal coverage. Weird choices. So we want Gengar on the team. And is it time to put Larvitar on the team? I think so. Either that, or we switch up our recipe for the week. But I don't think that's a good idea necessarily. Yeah, I think if we're doing anything, we should go for the spore mushroom salad. We can swap out the Blastoise for that Toxicroak we got a couple weeks ago to make sure we have plenty of oil. Yeah, spore mushroom salad's probably the way to go. And then we can swap out for Victory Bell. Or actually, no, let's put Doug Trio on the team, because he'll bring in plenty of tomatoes, and we need to get some XP on him to unlock those leaks. So I think we're going to run with this team for now. Might switch it up tomorrow or later in the week, depending on how things go. But for right now, this is going to be the team we're going to run with, aiming for that spore mushroom salad. And hopefully we can have a pretty solid week. Hopefully beat our Master 6 record. Not really shooting for it necessarily. I just want to find the Pokemon we're here to find. But if we can beat the record, why not? And that said, that's kind of what we're looking at this week. Should be pretty interesting. Actually, nope, I did forget one last thing. Let's go ahead and plug in our team for the week and see what our projection is. Almost forgot completely. Okay, so we've got Doug Trio. Where you at? Nope, wrong one. Doug Trio. Then we've got Toxicroak, which is, where is he? Come on. There he is. And then Gengar. That is the wrong Gengar, I think. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Apparently, I haven't updated Gengar in the box yet. I need to do that, but let's go ahead and just bump it up here for now, level 31. And then we've got Dodrio again, which I definitely haven't updated. He got quite a bit of XP this week. So he's now at level 20. And our trusty Raichu, which also leveled up. There we go. Let's save it, lock it in. And let's see. Oh, they are out of order for some reason. I was very confused. I've just looked at Ultra 5 and I was very confused on why we were only getting Ultra 5 at Cyan Beach, which I do have Cyan selected. Okay, good. But yeah, so we are projected to again hit Master 6. So we should have a pretty solid week, at least do about the same as we did last week. Hopefully we can get some extra tasties that will make this week even better, but we're just gonna have to see how things go. But that said, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you coming by, and hopefully you enjoyed this mega long episode. I think we're gonna be at like 40-45 minutes at this point. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about all the extra stuff we went through today. If you liked going through some of the Pokemon we caught over this past week, and if I should do it again going forward, and hopefully we can make this show a little bit more entertaining for you guys. But appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone, and welcome back. We are here on day 2 on Cyan Beach. We had a pretty big episode yesterday. Did things a little bit different. It seems like the changes were welcomed, so we'll probably continue to do that for the foreseeable future, where we have Mondays are just going to be a bigger episode, kind of recapping the previous week, going through some of the catches that we had throughout the week, and just kind of comparing to each other and to what we had previously, just to see what's worth keeping, what's not worth keeping, and kind of give you guys more of an idea of what I'm doing. That I typically would do these things behind the scenes, but it seems like you guys are interested to see a little bit more of the thought process and how exactly I am determining which ones to keep and which ones I am keeping. So we'll do that going forward, and if you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. If you don't, let me know, we'll stop. At the end of the day, this show's for you. We're in this together, so let's enjoy the adventure. We are going to start off with 19,000 sneaky snacking. We had a bit of a slow start yesterday, but we still ended up at grade 2. Not quite where we needed to be. Grade 4 is where Pinsir starts to show up on Cyan Beach, so I was hoping to get there, but it just wasn't happening. Had a rough start with the ingredients. We used all our tickets, so that didn't help either, but hopefully today will be a better day, and we'll for sure have Pinsir potential going forward for the rest of the week. Let's grab our 100 sleep points, puts us at 7,440, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and do I want to buy one now? No. I was thinking about buying the Master Biscuit now just to have it back in my inventory, there's not really a point in having it take up inventory space just yet. We will get a Poke Biscuit for our daily lottery. But yeah, there's not really a point in my mind of having it take up an inventory space just yet. Well, hold on. Let me think this through. Maybe there is. I think I've changed my mind. Just like that. So the point of having the Master Biscuit in your inventory when... Okay, so my thought was, there's no point in having it in your inventory. Sorry. This isn't scripted, as you can tell. That's why my words are all over the place. My thought was that it didn't make sense to let it sit in your inventory, taking up an inventory slot, because you could just always buy it from the capture screen whenever you needed it. But then I backtracked, because while that is true, if you buy one now, then when the shop restocks at the beginning of the month, then you have 2 biscuits. Whereas if you only ever wait to buy it when you need it, you will only have access to 1 per month. So if you get into a situation where you need more than 1 per month, that would be bad if you didn't have it already in your inventory. So pretty common sense thing. Don't know why my brain just wasn't figuring that out, but that's what happens when I record these early in the morning before the caffeine is really kicked in. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting today. I'm not really feeling any shiny luck. Typically, I've had a weird gut feeling that I kind of feel like a shiny's gonna happen today. I haven't had that feeling in a long time. But we did get 15% dozing, 54% snoozing, and 31% slumbering. Which should be, snoozing type. Which isn't good for catching pincer later on. We need to hopefully get dozing type or balanced. But if we can at least break 5 million, that'd be nice. And it doesn't look like we're gonna make it. 4.4 million. Starting off the week kind of slow. But still better than last week. I think last week on Tuesday, we only had like 2 million. No way. No. All right, so apparently my shiny radar was way off. I didn't even notice that was a shiny until the animation because they look so similar. But now side by side, you can definitely tell. Dude. Okay, well, I can't trust my shiny radar anymore, apparently. Let's go, man. All right. So we're definitely gonna catch a Pikachu today. Gonna put that free biscuit we got from the lottery to good use. Honestly, I stared at the animation thinking, wait, did I really see that? Like, it looks like a regular Pikachu. No, did it? Yeah. It was real. I didn't dream it. All right, so there's that. We could take home another Diglett and run. You know what? I think we might do that. Well, I don't know. Okay, so the dilemma. We already have 2 good Doug Trio. Both are pretty decent. Doug Trio, while useful, not the most useful in the long run. So it could be good to capture it. And we have 2 pretty decent, well, we have a good Wigglytuff, and then we also have a Jigglypuff that's pretty good as well. So the question is, do we really need another one? Or do we go with the Diglett? Hold on. I want to pull up the X Daisy guide for the ingredients real fast and see what the recommendation was for Doug Trio. Okay, so Doug Trio is best for leaks. That's interesting. Maybe it is worth capturing the Diglett. I think that is what we're going to do. I think we're going to take the Diglett. It's probably the most beneficial for us. Is it? Yeah, because we already have a pretty decent Wigglytuff, a really good Jigglypuff right behind it, and really I just need a better ingredient spread, even though we do have two good Doug Trio that are pretty decent and one that's going to be good for the mid game. We don't have a late game one for the leaks, so yeah, we're going to take that and then we're going to wrap it up there and go home very happy with a shiny, which is gonna hopefully be very good. Let's see. I think we definitely show off the shiny Pikachu. We always got to show off the shiny. I don't know why I ever second guess it. So those of you that actually look at my research before the videos, a little spoiler. We got 233 research XP and 403 dream shards. And honestly, if this Pikachu is good enough, it might go on our Lapis Lakeside team. Adamant. That's very good. That is very, very, very good. Okay. So let's go ahead and check the rest of the stats. See, we've got apples all the way, which doesn't really matter because it'll be a full pouch, a full inventory Pokemon. Skill Trigger M, not great, but not terrible. Ingredient Finder S is pretty bad. Helping Speed S is good if it was earlier. Berry Finding S is also good. And Inventory Up S also doesn't matter. So 3 out of the 5 sub-skills are completely useless, and Adamant, we already know that's very good. There's Adamant. Yeah, so we know that Adamant is very good. Advanced options, is there a way to... No. There's not a way to set that you plan to have it with a full inventory, so you can't check the rating based on constantly having a full inventory, at least as far as I can find here and am aware of. So we'll just go ahead and do a total strength. At 65% is a bit misleading. Again, we're running into the issue that the calculator doesn't go beyond level 60. So once we do get to level 75, that Berry Finding S is going to pay dividends, especially with Helping Speed S, which we can easily use a sub-skill seed, and hopefully it goes on Helping Speed instead of Ingredient Finder. But I think realistically, this is probably closer to 80%. It's probably less than 80. I may be a bit optimistic about it, but I think it's realistically closer to 80% once you take the level 75 sub-skill into account, the berry finding. So, of course, we're going to hold on to it. It's a shiny. We're not going to get rid of it. But I definitely think we can make use of this in the future. I don't know how soon, but I think we can. So let's go ahead and move on to the... What did I even catch? It was a Diglett. There it is. Level 10 and Timid. Ooh, I don't know if Timid is actually good. It is the ingredient spread we want, though. That's exactly what we were looking for. But it looks like it might have a speed down. Helping Speed S is good. That's a great start, actually. Inventory Up S is very good. Skill Trigger S, not so much. Ingredient Finder S would be better if it was earlier. And Berry Finding S is the capstone ability. That's actually not bad. I'm perfectly fine with that as a capstone ability. And then we've got Timid. Ugh, yeah. Speed of Help down. Nature. But with Helping Speed S, if we use a sub-skill seed, that can offset that nature. Yeah, unfortunately, nature is pretty rough on a Diglett. We're definitely going to hold on to it. because it is the ingredient spread we want. And then let's see real fast if we can do something about this. Let's give it helping speed M. And then let's just say we get it all the way to inventory up L. Now let's see. Yeah, helping speed M skyrockets. What if we just do inventory up M? What if we don't even do L? Yeah, still way up to the 80s with inventory up M or L. I think they were both the 80 something. Drops off a little bit at level 50 for the skill trigger, which makes sense. We're not really worried about skill trigger. That's completely useless to us. No, it's not. This is an ingredient specialist. I'm still thinking of berries with a full inventory. But yeah, skill trigger S, that makes sense. It went down. Level 60. I don't know. I think this is a usable Diglett. It's got the right ingredient spread, which is incredibly hard to come by. And we don't have any, seeds or anything to change the ingredients that they find. So to get the ingredient spread we need and just be able to use a few seeds to get it up to the 80s, I think that's worthwhile in the long run. This probably won't be a Diglett we invest in anytime soon, but to have it for now, and then once we get to the point where we have beyond level 50 unlocked, we can compare it. We might find another Diglett that's better with the right ingredient spread before then. So we'll just hold on to this, and if the time comes that we can go beyond 50 and this is the only good one we found, then we can invest in it. If not, and we find a better one, then hey, we didn't waste our resources investing in this one. So we'll hold on to it and we will move on for now. But that said, we got another 1,218 sneaky snacking while we were gone. See if we have any new news. Still no new news. They still have not officially in game, at least for the English, announced the new island, which is very odd. I mean, we don't have a lot of time left. There's only, I think, 8 days left, if I've done my math right. So it's coming pretty quick. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And then you guys have sent in 41 new reports. And I clicked off of it way too quickly. Hopefully we got a decent amount of double candies. I don't know what my brain was doing there. I guess just on autopilot. And then it is time to make some breakfast. We're not collecting from the Dodrio or the Raichu unless they have candy. Yeah, I didn't think so. Couldn't remember if I had collected from them or not yesterday to where they may have a skill trigger, but definitely not. And only one skill trigger to start the day is not good. 1 out of 3 is bad odds. But we got a bunch of ingredients, which is good. Hopefully we can actually make the meal we want. I think breakfast, lunch, and dinner I did not make. Yeah, not a single meal yesterday was the one we wanted, which is the spore mushroom salad. But since we do have the ingredients for the slowpoke tail pepper salad, that's going to be the one we make right now. And we're going to throw in as many mushrooms as possible. And with any luck, this will be extra tasty to help make up for the slow start yesterday. But I think I used up all of my luck getting that shiny Pikachu. So we got 15,000 strength off of this slowpoke tail pepper salad. And that should easily put us into grade 4. Where were we at? Oh, yeah. This may put us about halfway to grade 5, I think. Nope, not close. Just barely grade 4. All right, so now for the rest of the week, we have the potential to see Pincer, which is good because that is pretty much the main reason we're here. And I still think these flowers look like Shaman to me, especially the red one. Maybe when Shaman finally comes out, it'll be on Cyan Beach. But that's like a mega galaxy brain prediction that is almost certainly not gonna happen. We did complete a mission getting to grade 2, got some dream shards for it. Not too bad. And then as far as the team goes, I still haven't made the recipe that we were trying to make. I was debating on if I really wanted to try something kind of crazy. So there is a potential for, now that we have them unlocked, we have these two, and this one does unlock tails at level 30, but it would require a hefty handy candy investment to get there, and this would end up being a slow king because we need that still for the Pokédex. It does have some pretty decent sub skills and a good nature, and well, the nature is going to fight us all the way to level 30, so that's why I haven't invested in it yet, but it's pretty solid. But my idea is that maybe we try to get tails as much as possible and see if there's a chance we can make the tail pepper salad more often this week. But I just don't feel like it's reliable enough to justify us switching out and trying to get that. If we had something that was a bit faster, like Ditto is a bit faster with tails, but our Ditto doesn't have tails. Where's he at? Yeah, our Ditto is just leaks across the board. So as much as I want to switch out and really try to make that tail pepper salad often this week, I just don't think it's going to happen. But I am thinking about switching out Doug Trio for an ingredient magnet, just because I feel like I've been running low on ingredients, and maybe that's because I'm spoiled from last week where we had Blastoise and Wartortle on the team, so we just always had a full ingredient pouch. So maybe I'm a bit spoiled there, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not going to do it yet, but we may do it later this week. But overall, not a bad day, not a bad start to the week by any means. We started off almost 5 million, which is better than we did last week, and last week was the best we've ever done at Cyan Beach. So I think that possibly Master 7 might be within reach, especially given how quickly we have moved up. I think on Tuesday last week we were only at grade 2 or 3 by the end of Tuesday's episode. So I was trying to figure out why I couldn't find what I was looking for. These are backwards sorted. I was trying to get to this Pikachu. But yeah, we're doing way better than last week. Probably, I'm kind of hoping we can end at Master 8. I really want to push it, but it just depends on how these ingredients go. And overall, as long as we get the Pinsir, if I can get a good Pinsir, I'll be happy with however this week turns out. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But that's the plan, and that's what I've got for today. So I appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 3 here on Cyan Beach, hoping to get a Pinsir, maybe for some apples. That'd be nice if the Pinsir could bring us some apples, but we are at Ultra 1, beyond the Great 4 that we need to see Pinsir. We got there in yesterday's episode, so there is a chance. We are going to start off with 20,523 sneaky snacking, which almost puts us all the way to Ultra 2, not quite yet. And we get 100 sleep points because I slept in a little bit today, kind of tired, hit snooze a little too much, and yet here we are. barely awake and yet fully rested. Time to play our daily lottery and hopefully get some diamonds. That'd be nice. Biscuits are good too. We've been actually getting quite a few biscuits lately, so I'm wondering if that's just pure luck or if they've turned up the drop rate on biscuits. But either way, I'll take them. Biscuits are very nice. And let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report, session 172. And fingers crossed we get the dozing sleep type. 44 minutes more than yesterday. 25% dozing. I think that will do it. I don't know what was going on with my sleep last night, but I'll take it. And still snoozing? That doesn't make any sense. 25% dozing. 52, I think it was, snoozing. Maybe there's a threshold that if either snoozing or slumbering gets above 50%, it's just automatically that sleep type, which is unfortunate. That's actually really disappointing. I was really hoping we'd get a pincer today. But we did get 12.3 million drowsy power. So we've got 6 potential spawns of something interesting. We are still looking for Chikorita and Mankey, which I don't think Chikorita shows up on snoozing. Which actually I don't think Mankey does either. So I don't know where I was going. Only 5 sleep types that we already had. So we've got a Eevee, 2 Eevees, 2 Jigglypuffs, and a Rattata. So nothing we really are in desperate need of. What else did we... Ooh, haven't seen you in a while. Parental Bond Sleep. I definitely would like to catch this. This is definitely the priority today. With any luck, it'll be hungry. Come on, be hungry, be hungry, be hungry. No one's hungry. Of course not. Of course no one's hungry. But we did put in quite a lot of work on this Kangaskhan before. So that's good. We might be able to pull this off. There's +3, which should leave us with 3 left. Yeah, we can do it. It's worth it. It is worth it to go ahead and use our last Great Biscuit on Kangaskhan. It's a rare spawn, ingredient specialist, if I remember correctly. Definitely worthwhile. And the rest, I think I'm just gonna leave because, like I said, we're not really in a desperate need for any of them. We could use quite a few more good Eevees, but I'm not super pressed to get them right now. And we're definitely going to send out the Kangaskhan candy because that's a rare spawn and people will need it. 1032 research XP with 1229 dream shards. All right, now we get to see if it was worth it. Level 20 and Sirius. Okay, all right. I don't know what Sirius is. I have 0 clues. Ginger, potato, ginger. Not the ideal mix. I would like double potatoes, but it could be a lot worse. At least we've got some potatoes. Ingredient magnet. It is an ingredient specialist. Inventory up L. Fantastic start. Research XP bonus is okay. Inventory up M, not great to have that again. Skill level up M is all right in this scenario, and skill level up S. So hopefully Sirius, it is a neutral nature. That is unfortunate. This one might still be okay. Yeah, 66% is not bad. 74 if you go with the ingredient count, so maybe it just has a high frequency of actually getting ingredients over berries anyway. I'm not really too sure about Kangaskhan's specific stats, but it does look like it's going to be at least pretty decent for a little while. We could definitely make use of it. Don't have any candies to do anything with it just yet, but wouldn't be the worst to throw on a team if there's a like good sleep day team to get that extra research XP bonus. Or no, that's not on good sleep day. I don't know. If we ever have a bonus for research XP, it'd be good to have on that team just to kind of boost it up a little bit more. So we are definitely going to hold on to it. That was level 20. And boom, in the box. And time to move on. Not a bad catch. Certainly surprising for a Wednesday. Usually we don't have rare spawns like that on Wednesday. Another 812 sneaky snacking, almost putting us to Ultra 2. We do have some new news. Finally. Okay, here we go. Good stuff. All right, so let's start with new area. New area, Lapis Lakeside. I've been spelling it wrong this whole time. I thought they were spelling it with a Z instead of an S. It's been reported that a new area, Lapis Lakeside, has been found, and it's likely you'll encounter new Pokemon there. We hope you complete a sleep-style Dex goal and further your sleep research at Lapis Lakeside. Date of the area edition is 3 p.m. January 24th. We knew that. 240 sleep styles to unlock it. So now we have officially announced 240. So we can put that debate to bed. Sleep types of the Pokemon you can now meet. Dozing is the Dratini line. Snoozing is the Ralts line. Outside of Gallade, who's in Slumbering with Stuffle and Beware. So that, I think we knew that already. I think that was in the article we looked at the first time around. So that's good to know. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the entire line being locked behind one sleep type. Just because it's so hard to get one specific one. Especially, you know, today's a perfect example. 25% dozing and still got snoozing. So, it is what it is. And then Snorlax's favorite berries, we knew this already as well. Durin berries, Mago berries, and Cherry berries for your grass, psychic, and fighting types, respectively. So pretty much all stuff we knew, just confirming it officially now, in-game news. Let's move on to the event. This is going to be the more pressing matter. An opportunity to research Lapis Lakeside Pokemon on Greengrass Isle. So this is good for people who don't have the 240 yet. You can still go to Greengrass and get these three here, Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle. The 2-week-long event, first time we've had a 2-week event too. Lapis Lakeside opening lasts from 4 a.m. Monday, January 29th until February 12th. Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle, who live at Lapis Lakeside, will also appear on Greengrass Isle during the Lapis Lakeside opening event only. Note, regarding Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle, after the event, they will no longer appear during sleep research on Greengrass Isle, except when using the Pokemon's incense. That makes sense. Through limited time missions during the event, you can get rewards such as Dratini incense, Ralts incense, and Stuffle incense. At this time, we have 2 sets of missions for week 1 and week 2. So that's good. We always have something to do. The limited time missions are available in all areas. Regarding the Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle incense, once 1 week has passed after the event, you'll no longer be able to use them on Greengrass Isle. So the wording of it makes it sound like you can use it on Lapis if you go beyond that week. If you haven't yet unlocked Lapis Lakeside, we recommend that you use these incenses on Greengrass Isle by 1 p.m. on Monday, February 19th. Week 1 missions will last from Monday the 29th. I don't think that's accurate. I think that might be a typo, because they're saying week 1 missions will last for 2 weeks. That could be right. Maybe they'll let you do it over the full 2 weeks, but that could be a typo, and maybe it's meant to only last until the 5th. So just keep that in mind. Week 1 missions, currently it's saying January 29th to February 12th, and week 2 missions will start on February 5th through to February 12th. How to progress in the event. It's easy. Just press the sleep button on Greengrass Isle. Blah, 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 blah. That's typical stuff. Nothing new there. Other than, of course, you can do it on Lapis Lakeside. And then Pokemon that are easier to encounter during the event. You have a... Let's see. During the event period, the following Pokemon are more likely to appear with a slightly greater appearance rate: Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle. And that, I think, is specifically for Greengrass. And then for the researchers who have unlocked Lapis Lakeside, if you want to encounter Dratini, Ralts, or Stuffle, we recommend that you research at Lapis Lakeside. You are more likely to encounter these Pokemon there than on Greengrass Isle during the event. Notes about the Lapis Lakeside opening event. Each day rolls over at 4 a.m., same as always. If you track your sleep on areas other than Greengrass or Lapis Lakeside during the event, you will not meet Dratini, Ralts, or Stuffle. We already knew. After the event, Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle will no longer appear on Greengrass. Also knew that. And once a week has passed after the event, no longer be able to use the incense. So all stuff that was already covered. So, exciting stuff. We finally have in-game confirmation that is official, and we finally have some answers to some of the questions we had. Specifically, now we know for sure that it is 240 sleep styles you need to unlock Lapis Lakeside. That said, we now have 241, so we will be going to Lapis Lakeside once it is available. Good to know. And now, yeah, we're exactly a week away, so almost there. Still haven't decided if I'm going to use an easy ticket to get us there for Wednesday. Wednesday's early enough in the week, it might be worthwhile. I'm not 100% sure. But let's go ahead and move on and check out what you have been up to in your sleep research. We have 43 new reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 that have doubled. Nice. Very nice. Almost that 25% that we're aiming for. We've got 1 level up for an ingredient ticket S, which I desperately need. I'm completely out of tickets right now. It kind of hurts. And I guess our sneaky snacking while we were away got us to Ultra 2. Oh, there's the button. All right, so speaking of ingredients and being kind of painful, that is why I swapped out Venusaur, put it on the team last night before I went to bed. I was hoping for an ingredient magnet trigger. It did not work, but 20 honey will help. We have been kind of sorely lacking ingredients this week since we don't have an ingredient magnet on the team. There is 1 skill trigger, which is good, but only 533. And I'm still leaving Dodrio and Raichu's packs full. Dodrio just doesn't seem to trigger its skill often enough to warrant collecting its inventory, so I have given up on it. And we do have exactly what we need to make the Slowpoke Tail Pepper Salad. So we need 10 more ingredients. I could throw more mushrooms in here, but the problem I had last night is that we got to dinner and I didn't have enough mushrooms because Gengar was slacking. So I think I'm going to throw in 5 potatoes because I do want to hold on to the rest for something else. And I mean, we got the honey exactly for this reason, so we'll throw 5 more honey in there. Well, the game is running a bit slow today. But yeah, Gengar has been kind of slacking. Toxicroak was doing really well, got us a lot of oil, so that's why I swapped Toxicroak out for Venusaur. we'll just have to see how the ingredient situation goes for the rest of the week. But we did get 14,780 from the slowpoke tail pepper salad, which is very nice. Happy for that. That will, I mean, hopefully that'll put us at Ultra 3, but I don't think it will. I think it'll leave us about 4/5 of the way there, give or take. Yeah, roughly. Somewhere between 3/4 and 4/5. Not too bad. We did complete a mission, so we'll grab that. And very good. 3 handy candies, which we are definitely going to use pretty soon to prepare for Lapis Lakeside, which I am excited for. But that said, we had a pretty eventful day. Got us a Kangaskhan, which is a pretty big deal, and it's actually somewhat decent. And then finally got the official news for Lapis Lakeside. But that's all I've got for today, so I appreciate you coming and watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone, welcome back. We are on day, I don't even know what today is, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, day 3 on Cyan Beach. And we are starting off with a little, well actually no, we're going to start off with 21,753 sneaky snacking. Team putting in work while we were asleep. I was able to hit Ultra 4 before bed last night, so we should have a pretty decent sleep research. But first we're going to get 96 sleep points, which puts us at 3,636. And I think we're going to hold on to those for a little while. I kind of like having a bit of a stockpile, and after buying that master biscuit earlier this week, kind of cut down on the amount of sleep points I like to have stored up. So I think we're going to store some up for a little bit, maybe use them if we need them for some biscuits or something here and there, but not too much. But let's play this daily lottery, and hopefully, speaking of biscuits, there we go. We've been very lucky with the biscuits lately. I think possibly one of the best items that you could get from your daily lottery, at least for me, being a free player, it's very nice to get them from the daily lottery. Diamonds would probably be the only thing I'd say is better. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. And hopefully we'll get something interesting for session 173. Sleep duration, 8 hours, 8 minutes. Yeah. Let's see. Time taken to fall asleep, 1 hour and 32 minutes, which makes sense. I decided to lay in bed and play a little bit of Mario Golf before I went to sleep, and that was a bad idea. But here we are. This is what we get for it. Only 3% dozing, which is not good because that's what we really needed. 57% snoozing and 40% slumbering, so definitely gonna get the snoozing type, which is unfortunate. I don't know that there's anything that can spawn that would help us for Lapis Lakeside with snoozing on Cyan Beach. We did get in a top belly though, 18.9 million, which is really good for a Wednesday. All 1 stars. Let's see. Top belly Pikachu. Okay, so nothing new, at least for that one. And maybe I just realized that the Pikachu and the Eevee 1-star sleep are the exact same position. Huh. I guess that's because they're conflating, or not conflating, but they are like trying to hype up Pikachu and Eevee as like the big mascots lately, ever since, what was it, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So maybe that's why. But we got 2 Growlithe, a Jigglypuff, an Eevee, a Pikachu, and a Slowbro. Cozy Duo Sleep, which leaves 1 new sleep style, some right there. I take it back. I forgot Mr. Mime can spawn for snoozing, so that's good. With any luck, he will be hungry. We do still need a better Mr. Mime. Or Mime Jr. for that matter. Either one would be good. But that will be our priority, is trying to get that Mr. Mime. If nothing else, of course, he's not hungry. And it takes 6 to take him home. So yeah, we're definitely not taking him home today. But we can give him the bonus biscuit. That'll give him a little bit on there. Unfortunately, no big hit. And then let me see what my biscuit situation is looking like. I have 3 of them. Yeah, we'll just feed him some biscuits and see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a critical. That would be nice. No, still nothing. Maybe this is the one. Come on, come on. No, still nothing. Unfortunate. And awful. Well, that sounds about right. So looks like for the first time in a little while that I can remember, we are not gonna take a friend home today. So very lackluster sleep research today, but not every day can be a winner. And let's go ahead and send out the Mime Jr. candy to help people get ready for Lapis Lakeside. And then we got 794 research XP with 2090 dream shards. Not bad at all. Another 824 sneaky snacking while we were gone. Let that candy collect while we check for news. No new news, which is understandable. We just got the big stuff yesterday, so not surprising. We did get a medal. Psychic type? Fire type studied 70. 15 diamonds. There we go. There's the diamonds I was looking for. All right. And then let's see what y'all have been up to. 43? Yeah, 43 reports. There we go. I finally got one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that doubled. Very good, very good. 11 that have doubled. Right at that 25% mark that we like to see. No level ups. That is unfortunate. But that'll happen when most of your friends are level 5. And then that leaves us with just one thing left to do. It is time to make some breakfast. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's why. I was very surprised that I didn't have the ingredients for the spore salad, but that's because I forgot to collect. So we're going to start off with 1 skill trigger. So we're 1 for 1 so far. Can we go 2 for 2? 2 for 2. There we go. And all the mushrooms that we need for the salad right there. With a little bit extra, which is good because like I said yesterday, Gengar has been slacking this week with the mushrooms. And then 3 for 3. Can we make? No, we didn't get it. But 2 for 3 is not bad. And then Raichu and Dodrio have just been full of berries the entire time. All week, I think outside of Monday, I haven't collected from them a single time. So we're not going to get any skill triggers there. So we're not going to worry about checking. We're just going to call it 2 for 3 and say we had 66% chance of success. So let's go ahead and get this spore mushroom salad going. We do have enough mushrooms to make lunch, which is great. I do want to clear out some of this excess that we don't need. I might need sausage later this week, but as of right now, I don't think I do. We can go ahead and use some of these herbs because we have no slowpoke tails. So we don't need to save those for anything. I may need to switch Slowbro back on the team and grab a few tails because I have not been getting any luck with tickets or ingredient magnets as far as the tails go. But we did get 10,777 lucky 7s. And that should put us at Ultra 5. Oh yeah, definitely hit Ultra 5. I think the berries hit that and we just didn't get the animation. which that will not put us to Master 1 just yet, but we will definitely hit Master 1 today. So tomorrow's research will be a Master research. And let's check and see where we're at. All right, so go ahead and finish that last berry. We are currently at 236,384. We need 256,000 to get to Master 1, so about right at 20,000 away. That's definitely going to happen. Master 2 is 291,000. Now the question is, can we get 291,000 today? That's 55,000 that we would need today. I don't know that that's possible, unless I'm severely underestimating my team's capabilities, but it could be possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully we can get to Master 2. That's what I'm going to try to push for today, but we'll definitely be Master 1 by the end of the day. Last thing we're going to do is collect this mission. Just a simple one to give berries and collect some dream shards. We are definitely going to get this Totodile incense, which we desperately need, because I do need a better one for Cyan Beach. That's why you haven't seen them on the team yet. Need to get some diamonds, give out some more biscuits, and we need to use some candies to get those diamonds. We'll probably do that at the end of the week to try to get ready for Lapis. So should be a pretty full week. We should get everything done that we want, and hopefully tomorrow will be Master 2. But that's what I've got for now, so I appreciate you coming and watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone, and welcome back. Setup's changed a little bit. Still trying to figure out exactly how I like it, so you may see it change a few times over the next few days, but that out of the way, we're going to start off with 5 diamonds today. We're going to bed on time like we were supposed to. And we are going to collect 20,212 sneaky snacking. Almost everybody putting in a little bit of work except for Toxicroak. Hopefully he's just got a bunch of oil stocked up. We're also going to collect 100 sleep points. It's going to put us at 3,736. And while we're here, might as well play our daily lottery. With any luck, we'll get some diamonds. Hey, it's only 10, but I'll take 10 diamonds. 10 free diamonds is better than 0 free diamonds. All right. And we are going to bump up. I think that's Master 2. Yeah, Master 2. Master 2 first thing in the morning, which means it's going to be very hard to hit Master 3 for breakfast, but we're going to try. And the animation is bugged again. Go ahead and collect those 2 candies while we're here. And let's go ahead and jump into this sleep research. And hopefully we get to see something that we actually need and can use. That would be nice. Session 174 should be about 9 hours and 15 minutes of sleep. Doing really good about waking up around the same time. 17% dozing. That does bode well. Let's see. There we go. Dozing type. That's what we're looking for. Now we just need the rest of the luck to kick in and we can find a pincer. We are going to get about 28,092,000. A pretty solid score. 4 1-star sleeps, so all potential. Well, no, we do have the potential for the 2-star pincer now, I believe, as well. So we have a few chances. Let's see. There's one. Okay, so no new sleep styles, but we got a Chikorita, 2 Psyduck, an Ekans, a Primeape, another Ekans, and a Pinsir. Now with any more luck, that Pinsir will be hungry. Pushing our luck today, that's for sure. But we definitely need to take this Pinsir home, because who knows when we're going to see it again. No one's hungry. Come on, game. Oh, even better. We're for sure taking this Pinsir home right now. No questions about it. And there's not really anything else I'm worried about taking home today. Ekans is not really super useful at this point in the game. Psyduck, I already have a very good one. And then Chikorita would be nice to take home, but I just don't have the biscuits to do it. Where even was it? There it is. Let's see what we can do. We might be able to take it home, but it's going to be very tricky and definitely pushing our luck to get it to happen. We will need to buy wrong page. We will need to buy some biscuits to make this happen. I'm gonna buy 3 because I'm pretty sure that one of 2 things are gonna happen. Either we're gonna get a big or a critical capture to take it home, or it's gonna get full. There's no way we feed it 5 Poke Biscuits and it doesn't get full. Let's see. Nope, didn't even get 3 biscuits and it was already full. Well, that is unfortunate, but at least we got the pincer that we wanted, and we're far more likely to see Chikorita in the future than we are Pinsir, so at least the Chikorita set up for a bonus biscuit, and we'll take it home immediately. But we're definitely going to send out some, I want to say Pinsir candy to help people out with Pinsir because it is the rare one. But I also know that a lot of people on my friends list have requested the Chikorita candy, so we'll send that out. Try to make sure everybody is ready for Lapis. As much as I'm trying to catch this Pinsir, it's really not necessarily for Lapis Lakeside. It could help us there just for the ingredients for recipes, but it's not specifically for Lapis. But we did get 1,348 research XP and 3,153 dream shards. Let's go ahead and switch on over. Calm Nature level 21. The reason, ooh, that's a pretty good spread. I am happy with that. Apples are the reason that I want a Pinsir. So honey, apple, apple, that's pretty good for me. And we're gonna start off with Helping Speed S, Inventory Up S, both pretty good. Sleep XP bonus is okay, not really worried about it, but it will help push through those later levels. Skill Trigger M, where are you at? Right there, not the best. And Inventory Up L, unfortunately no ingredient finder, but Calm is terrible. Calm is pretty bad, but let's see. Yeah, 28%, that's pretty rough. I mean, its base frequency is very low already, so maybe we could use it in the meantime. Let's check the other ingredient strength. Yeah, 25%. It's definitely something that we could use in the meantime, but we'd have to get it to level 30 to get apples anyway, and at that point it's just better to invest in the Delibird we have, even though Delibird is more going to be focused on eggs. But I would like honey and apples together for desserts, so we'll hold on to it and we'll compare that one to I'm actually rather disappointed in how this turned out. I was really hoping this would be good, but we'll hold on to it. We'll compare it to the other Pinsir we've got, and or is it the first one? No, that's not the first one we've got, is it? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to something a little less disappointing. We have news. It was kind of spoiled for me, but I didn't look at it. I just saw that it was announced. So let's check. We've got the Lapis Lakeside bundles. Finally, they've been announced. That box actually looks really pretty. I like that design. Those colors. Anyway, thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. To accompany the Lapis Lakeside opening event, Lapis Lakeside Bundle Small, Medium, and Large will be available beginning January 28th, 2024 at 1 p.m. We've prepared limited time bundles packed with items such as Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle incense that can help you befriend Pokemon that appear at Lapis Lakeside. We hope you'll meet Dratini, Ralts, and Stuffle using these incenses on Greengrass Isle during the event. Bundle Medium includes Ralts candies, and Bundle L includes Dratini and Stuffle candies. That's interesting that they would separate them, but okay. Well, they're trying to get you to buy both bundles. I guess it's not that interesting. So we recommend these bundles to researchers who want to befriend and evolve these Pokemon. So Bundle Small, 250 diamonds for 5 biscuits and 1 Dratini incense. That's not bad. It's not a terrible deal. I mean, 5 biscuits for 250 diamonds is not awful. It certainly could be worse, but I mean, it's not really that big a deal for Dratini incense. Basically, and 5 biscuits, that one's not for me. None of these are going to be for me, I can tell you that already. 1,200 diamonds, which is just an insane amount to spend for 12 biscuits. Although you do get 4 growth incense, that's not bad, with a Ralts and a Stuffle incense on top of it, and 40 Ralts candy. So, not bad. And then 3,000 diamonds for 20 Great Biscuits. That's a pretty good deal on biscuits, because that number of Great Biscuits is 4,000 diamonds if you bought them separately. So not bad. With 3 growth incense, 1 Dratini incense, 1 Ralts incense, 1 Stuffle incense, which is good. You get all 3 of them. And then 40 Dratini candy and 40 Stuffle candy. Still weird. I mean, I get it. They're trying to convince you to buy both bundles and spend your money on the diamonds to do so. But I really don't like it. That's kind of rubbing me the wrong way that they're splitting it up that way just to try to really get you to spend your money on diamonds to buy 2 different bundles. When these, if you break these down into real world money, 3,000 diamonds is a lot of money. So not really a fan of how these bundles are shaping up. Dratini incense gives off a scent that Dratini loves. Ralts does the same for Ralts. Stuffle does the same for Stuffle. And you can set up your incense on the stump. All right, so nothing we didn't already know. Bundles, they're all right, but like I said, they're rubbing me the wrong way, so I definitely won't be purchasing them until they get to a more reasonable real world price if I were to ever spend actual money on them. So I can't recommend them at this point. Maybe the small bundle, just because it's only 250 diamonds for 5 biscuits and a Dratini incense, which is going to be the more useful of the 3 and is my assumption. So that one maybe, but I would only use the free diamonds to get it. I definitely wouldn't spend real money to buy that bundle. But let's go ahead and move on. We did get a medal, 2 medals, number of water type studied and number of grass type studied. Speaking of free diamonds, there's 15 of them and 1 Handy Candy S, which we will be putting to good use probably at the end of this week. Let's see, what have y'all been up to? 43 again? Nope, 41. It's never the same number. It's weird. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that doubled out of 41. Okay, so round about 20%. Not too bad. Not too bad. And no level ups. Speaking of level up, I need Snorlax to trigger that animation again. But that will happen in right now. So there's 1 out of 2 skill triggers. We get the Master 2 animation again. Bing! We're so good, we got to Master 2 twice in 1 day. All right, then let's grab all of these ingredients. We're going to use most of them here in just a moment. And hopefully, well, there's another one, 2 for 3. Sticking with yesterday's odds, not too bad. There we go. That's what I need, is a ton of mushrooms. I've been thinking about swapping the other Gengar onto the team just for a little while to get some extra mushrooms, because this one is slacking. That does give us enough for the spore mushroom salad though, which is exactly what we want. We're going to throw in all of these herbs, and we've got plenty of, I think oil gives more than tomatoes, so we'll throw in some of those. Trying to hold on to those potatoes for one of the recipes we have not unlocked yet, but don't necessarily want to spend them just yet. We've got 11,320 dish strength, which is not going to be enough to put us at Master 3. That might put us about 2/3, maybe about 3/5, somewhere around there. Yeah, just shy of 2/3. Another 956 sneaky snacking somewhere, so that'll put us at like 3/4. And that leaves us, we need 330,000 to get to Master 3. So that's definitely going to happen today. Master 4 by the end of the day is going to be a stretch, but we can certainly try to make it. We are going to claim this Totodile incense that we need. I'm not going to use it yet. I tend to find that I prefer to use the incense for a Pokemon I really want to catch earlier in the week when there's not as many spawns, so there's less chance of something else that I really want to catch showing up to split my resources between. So I'll probably use that at the beginning of next week, but we'll just have to I was very confused. I thought I didn't collect from him. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. 318,000. Has he finished eating? Yeah. Okay. So we're ending at 318,706 for this morning. Just a little over 11,000 to get to Master 3. That's one meal. So after lunch, we should be at Master 3. And then we need another 43,000 on top of that to get to Master 4. So if we get lucky with a meal and get an extra tasty for lunch or dinner, Master 4 is within range. Outside of that, I think we'll probably end up just shy of Master 4 when I go to bed tonight. But with any luck, we'll have a Master 4 sleep research tomorrow, and that will be very interesting. What did I click on? I don't even know how I did that. But as I misclick on everything, that's all I've got for today. So I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 6 here on the lovely Cyan Beach. We're going to start off with 10 honey for going to sleep on time like we were supposed to. And the screen is still always dark, and I'm still not sure why. We're also going to get 22,825 sneaky snacking to start off with. Everybody putting in work except Toxicroak, because he's just too good at getting oil to get berries, apparently. We are going to also be Master 4. Wasn't quite able to get there before I went to bed last night. I did try. Got the spore mushroom salad for lunch and dinner and just didn't get any extra tasties, so wasn't able to get there. But not too bad. We're still going to have a Master 3 sleep research, and let's go ahead and jump into that and hopefully find something interesting. That would be very nice. Session 175. I'm definitely going to get 100 sleep points. I apparently was very tired after my stream last night, so slept a little bit later than intended. 56% snoozing, 11% dozing. That means we are probably for sure getting the snoozing type, which is not quite what we need. But maybe we'll still find something interesting. Hopefully at least break that 30. Oh, I was lowballing a little bit. 36.2 million. And a full spawn board. I'll take that. Let's see if we got anything interesting. I see a cute little tiny Rattata down there. I also see the game seemingly lagging a bit. Well, those pictures went real quick. So we've got a Mr. Mime, 2 Eevees, a Jigglypuff, ow, that hurt. A Growlithe, a Kangaskhan, a Wigglytuff, and a Rattata. So 1 rare spawn. I don't know if Mr. Mime is considered a rare spawn. I actually haven't looked at his spawn rates, but I definitely feel like I see it more often than something like a Kangaskhan or a Pinsir. So let's see what we can work with here. Taking the Kangaskhan home would be nice. I was not trying to click on you. I was trying to zoom in. Yeah, getting another Kangaskhan would be nice, but right now we really need to focus on Lapis prep. And we've already put quite a bit of work into this Mr. Mime, so I think we're just going to continue to do so, because we do still need a better one. Across all the Mime Juniors and the Mr. Mimes that we've caught, we haven't really got anything super fantastic. I think the best we found is like 60% or something like that. Only a +1. I was really hoping for a big hit, but if we're gonna get a big hit, now's the time. Okay, it's not full. Come on, give me that big hit. Big hit. Oh, he's not full yet, so let's go buy. We'll just buy 2 more biscuits. Thought I hit the OK button. All right, come on, go away. 2 more biscuits. Be full, don't be full. How are you not full? I'm so surprised. This has been incredibly lucky. This Mr. Mime really wanted to go home with us today, but I am not going to complain about that. All right, so there's the Mr. Mime in the bag. And I almost feel like we should just feed 1 biscuit to the Kangaskhan just to see if we get a critical with how lucky that was, but I don't know. No, I think we just leave it for now. It is going to be something we want to catch sooner rather than later, but I just don't think it is huge priority right now. For right now, either the Kangaskhan. I kind of feel like we need to give out the Kangaskhan candy, but maybe we just give out the, yeah, let's give out the Mime Junior candy just to help with the Lapis prep for everybody else. I'm always torn when we get a rare spawn on whether we should send out the more readily useful candy or the rare candy, because people don't find it as often. But we are getting 1,949 research XP and 2,604 dream shards. And we've got this handsome Mr. Mime that we are gonna rate. So let's see. We've got level 19 in Brave. And we've got tomato and double potato. That's not a bad spread. With inventory up M, that's pretty good. That's a great start. Ingredient finder M, even better. Inventory up L, redundant, but it's not that bad. Helping speed S is good. Inventory up L. We got all the inventory ups. Okay, so as long as this nature is helpful, it is pretty helpful. This is actually probably going to be the best one. I'm going to say this is about 83%. Let's see. Uh, 95%. That's pretty good. Sorry if the window for the grader was messed up there for a minute. I'm still getting used to this new setup. I will have to try to figure out a better way to do this. So 95% is actually very good. By far the best one we've gotten. Let's see. Is there any... The only thing that we could put a seed on would be the helping speed S. And that might push it to 97, 98. It's not going to do a whole lot, especially we won't be able to see it even here because the grader only goes to level 60 anyway. But yeah, this is a pretty solid mime. And tomato, potato for level 1 and level 30 is exactly what we're looking for. I don't know if this is going to be a fantastic late game with double potatoes, because Victory Bell pretty well covers that quite a bit. I think Victory Bell covers it better than Mr. Mime will, but for sure in the mid game, this will definitely help. So we are 100% holding on to this, and it's level 19 on top of that. So that's even better. We just need to throw a 9 there, throw it in the box, and we can get rid of the others. And a carry limit of 29. Yeah, this is going to be really good. So not only did that mime want to go home with us, it wanted to stick around because it had the right skills and nature. I almost said skills and sub skills, but I forgot to collect my sleep points. What am I doing today? 100 sleep points puts us at 3,086. Man, I am losing it today. And I forgot to play the daily lottery. What is going on? My brain apparently checked out this morning. Tired, slept later than I wanted to, and doing everything out of order. I didn't even look at what I got for the daily lottery. I'm sorry. This is just going terribly. The only thing going good today is that Mime Junior, or Mime Junior. Jeez, Mr. Mime. You know, we all have our off days. Apparently that's today for me. I am going to remember to check that we have no new news because we just got everything announced. So to be expected. No medals. Let's see. You guys, 42? 43. 43 reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that doubled. So that's pretty good. That's about 17, 18%. Not too bad. And keep in mind, if my percentages are way off, it's just me doing real quick and dirty math in my head. And so it could be like 13%. We do have 2 missions complete, going to bed on time for the 15 diamonds and giving out 14 biscuits for those 3 handy candies, which we will put to use. I think tomorrow is going to be the day that we get that last mission. Still trying to wait and see what we find before I invest in a whole bunch of stuff. That Mime Junior is Mime Junior, Mr. Mime is a solid candidate for some candies. So probably going to see him again tomorrow. Ooh, we got 1 skill trigger. That's 1 out of 2. Probably going to see him again tomorrow. Not sure who else we're going to see tomorrow. I really was hoping to get a better Chikorita, but it looks like our Bayleaf is going to be our best bet. And 2 out of 3. So we are keeping our main skill triggers at that 66% mark. And that's a ton of ingredients, which is exactly what I needed from Gengar. Finally showing up. And let's go ahead and get breakfast going. We, of course, don't have the tails for the salad, but we can make the spore mushroom salad. We can throw in all of these herbs, and we'll just throw in some honey. And hopefully, we'll get an extra tasty. That would be very nice. Very nice. No extra tasty, but it is still 11,751. Puts us at level 24 on the spore mushroom salad. which is not going to be enough to get us to Master 5, but Master 5 is definitely happening today. All right, so where are we at? 402,000. Yeah, we only need 18,000 to get to Master 5, so that's for sure happening. We need 70,000 to get to Master 6. Again, just like with yesterday, that is possible if we get some extra tasty meals. I think given that tomorrow's Sunday and the extra pot space, we're definitely going to get there. I'm going to have to swap out some of these team members for some ingredient magnets because we are woefully unprepared for tomorrow with our current ingredient gatherers. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll swap in some of our best ingredient gatherers. Let's get actually, the one thing we want is to make sure that we can make is it even possible to make the slowpoke tail pepper salad tomorrow? Really would like to make the ninja salad, but I don't think that's gonna happen this week. We don't have enough candies. Yeah, well, we might have enough to get them to level 30. No, we don't have enough to get them to level 30 to get the leaks. So that's just not gonna happen this week. It would have been nice to get the ninja salad going. Unfortunately, not gonna happen. So we need to swap out for ingredient gatherers and just try to really stock up. I'll leave Gengar on the team because we do need the mushrooms. And actually, I'll probably swap in Victory Bell instead of... no, I want the ingredient magnet to trigger. We'll see how Blastoise does. I may swap him out for Victory Bell later on today. But for right now, this is what we're going to run with. And hopefully get a decent amount of ingredients so that we have enough to work with tomorrow. And I'll probably swap out ingredient gatherers throughout the day just to get a good mix and to make sure that we have what we need covered. But that's going to wrap it up for what we're doing in game. One thing that has just come out that I want to make sure you guys are aware of. Granted, this is more going to be useful for newer players who aren't yet familiar with how the game works and which Pokemon are going to be best with which ingredient spreads and all of that. But on the Raynon website, they have released a tier list. Now, I don't 100% agree with this tier list, but it is going to be useful for new players just to get an idea. But the more information you learn about the game and the more you dig into the stats, the better you can find some other Pokemon who may not match this exact criteria that are going to be just as good, if not just almost that good. But it is pretty solid nonetheless. It is very decent information in general. So you can click on this Pokemon tier list here on the left, right below Pokedex, and you can see they've got in the S tier, there are only 5 candidates in the S tier, and that's going to be Gengar with herbs at level 1 and 30. They're only showing the level 1 and 30 ingredients because we don't have level 60 unlocked yet. So I think that's a good thing. No point in giving new players information that isn't really useful yet. But I also kind of disagree with it because you could have new players on the lookout for that level 60 ingredient that's going to be the optimal in that slot. But again, it's a balancing thing. So I don't hate it. But we've got Gengar as the top slot with double herbs, and then Tyranitar with double ginger, Typhlosion with ginger and herbs, blah, 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 blah. The other concern I have with this is that it may tell new players, hey, you should try to catch Gengar. You should try to catch Tyranitar. When statistics bear out that it's better to catch the unevolved form and evolve it so that you get the evolution benefits of the free main skill level up and the increase in carry size for evolution. So keep that in mind, especially if you're a new player. Just because these are the top tiers, S and A tiers, doesn't mean that you necessarily want to catch these specific evolved forms. It's still better to catch the unevolved form. So go look for a Ghastly that has fiery herbs at level 1 and level 30. and I thought that you could click on it and get more stats, but it doesn't look like that's the case. You can, and this is not necessarily something I would recommend if you're a new player, but if you are ready to dive into more stats, you can click on the Pokemon and then click on this icon here to pull up their stat page in the Pokédex, and you can get all of their stats broken down and dig more into the information when you're ready for that. But for now, if you're just trying to see what the tier list looks like, this is what they've come up with. I've looked through basically the top 3 tiers, S, A, and B, and I don't disagree with anything here. I think they're all solid recommendations for a new player. But again, this is just if you're not really wanting to dig in and learn every little bit that you can learn about it and truly min-max. If you just want a general guide that'll get you through the game and get you through pretty well, this is a solid choice. So if that's you, then this is perfect for you. But like I said, I just wanted to point this out, let you guys know that it was here and that it is available on the Raynon website. And that's all I've got for today. So I appreciate you coming and watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We're on day 7 on Cyan Beach. Hopefully gonna have a pretty good day. We're gonna have some stuff to talk about the tier list I brought up yesterday. After digging into it a bit, and thanks to some helpful hints from our friend Zorark, I have learned there's quite a bit more to the tier list than what we originally thought. So we're gonna go over that later in the video, so make sure to stick around for that. We're going to try to kind of get through the normal stuff a little bit quickly today, so I don't keep you too long. But we are going to start off with the recovery incense. 14,882 sneaky snacking. I did swap Dodrio off of the team for the other Gengar, just to try to make sure we have enough mushrooms for what we're trying to make today. Did a little bit of looking around through the recipes, and really the best thing we're going to be able to make is going to be the spore what is it, spore mushroom salad, I think it's called. I don't know, whatever the mushroom salad is. But we are going to get 100 sleep points, which puts us at 3,186. And our daily lottery, yes, there we go. As far as I'm aware, that is the most diamonds that you can get from the daily lottery. So that's fantastic, a great way to start our Sunday off. Hopefully we didn't just burn all our luck there, but it is nice to have it. That's almost an ingredient up purchase, which I probably need to start investing in my inventory ups pretty soon. Session 176, 9 hours and 7 minutes, 9:04 really. I actually, my alarm went off at 9:30, so I'm not sure why it says 9:04, but oh well, not that big a deal. We still got 100, and that's all that really matters. 17% dozing, 65% snoozing, and 18% slumbering. Did not get good sleep last night. I guess that's why I was pretty tired, but it's still enough for a dozing. So my presumption of a 50% breakpoint on snoozing is definitely incorrect now. Unless there's a breakpoint for dozing that once it gets beyond maybe 15. I had originally assumed 13, but I don't know. I'm still not convinced the breakpoints are actually there. It's all anecdotal, but we'll see. We did get 45.4 million, almost 45.5 million drowsy power today. A full spawn board with 1 atop belly. So we should have a pretty good research. Hopefully somebody's hungry. I think that's a new sleep style too, yeah. I don't even think have I seen that one normally? The leaky sleep is probably what it's going to be called. Let's see. Looks like everything but the Weeping Bell is old news. We did get another pincer, so that's good. But pincer is not our primary focus. So we did get a Caterpie, a Gulpin, a pincer, Mankey, what is that? Krogunk, I forgot its name, Primeape, and an Ekans. Mankey and pincer are really going to be the ones I really want. So there's a top belly weeping bell. So, oh, I did get the acid dripping sleep before. That was the last weeping bell sleep I needed as well. No reward for completing it, but it is nice to have it done. Somebody's hungry. Not the one we want, though. We already have a very good Toxicroak. So out of everyone that could have been hungry, that was the worst one. Actually, I don't know. Gulpin being hungry could have been even worse. So let's see. We do not have a whole lot to work with today. Honestly, I'm thinking about doing something real crazy. But let's see. How many sleep points we have? Just over 3,000, right? Yeah. So maybe. Let me check one last thing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking about doing something real stupid, but I think it is stupid, so we're not going to do it. I'm just going to buy a few biscuits. I know I said the other day I wanted to stock up my sleep points, but we need to use them now for catching some of these things that we're going to need for down the road. I am getting very much hindered by not having a good apple supply. And the pincer we caught the other day, it was pretty decent, but not as good as I would have liked. I really wish we had a great biscuit right now. That would be really fantastic. We do have the premium, or not the premium, the bonus biscuit, which I think I'm going to give to Mankey. I was hoping we'd get a critical capture there, but unfortunately not. Only +3. As long as this Mankey isn't full, we'll take it home. Okay, good. Mankey's not full. So we're definitely going to take that home. That is the most, what's the word? The most useful, immediately useful. That's what I was looking for. That is the most immediately useful out of the two of them. Because a good Mankey can take us a long way at Lapis. I'm just going to give this pincer one more if he's not full, and we're going to stop there. We'll just have to take it slow trying to catch this one. Hey, there we go. Not a critical capture, but it does help. We're definitely not going to be able to take him home. Yeah, even if he hadn't filled up right there, we wouldn't be able to get it today. So we're just going to go ahead and move on. Take our Mankey with us, and hopefully we can help some people out with some Mankey candy. We can make sure everybody is set up for Lapis as much as possible. We did get 2,156 research XP, not enough to level up, but we might level up tomorrow with 4,458 dream shards. Now let's go ahead and switch on over. Where is Mankey? There you are. Level 11 and quiet. I don't think that's going to be good for us. But it is sausage double mushroom, which isn't that big of a deal. Ingredient finder S. Yeah, that's not good. Not a good start. Skill trigger S. Helping speed S. Research XP bonus and skill level up S. These sub skills are not helpful. And then quiet, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Quiet was an ingredient nature. So this is not going to be good. Better than I thought it was going to be. But not good. So that is unfortunately probably going to be another one straight to the professor. So it is unfortunate, but we do have a decent one. Not the worst. We still have a little bit more time before we are switching over to, or well, before Lapis Lakeside comes up. So we got some time to get a better one, hopefully. No new news, still just the bundles and the event notification. We did get a medal. 2 medals. Ooh, did sleep research with your team's RP above 7,500 and 50 fighting type Pokemon studied. Candy M will be very good to have with what we are going to need to do. Actually, we need to do that today before it expires, but let's check out what the research community has been up to. 29 reports, which makes sense. I did check the reports yesterday during lunch just to check on how friends were doing. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that doubled up. So that's right about 25%. So sticking pretty close to that figure pretty consistently. I don't know, still not 100% sure that keeping all your friends just for the double candy is the way to go versus starting over and trying to get the rewards for leveling up. But for now, I'm gonna keep the friends. We did get 1 skill trigger, which we desperately need. And I'm hoping that our other ingredient magnet will trigger his skill as well. Only 1 out of 3 so far. Come on, buddy, it's up to you. That is not good. I really needed that skill to trigger today. All right, well, let's kind of want to wait on him to trigger this animation because I don't want it to get stuck again. That's a lot of berries. Let's see, we need 472,043. That's too many berries to eat through. I'm not waiting on that. I'm impatient. Use a recipe. All right, so we're gonna do the spore mushroom salad, and then we are gonna fill it with, I was saving these potatoes for something else, but now is a good time to use them. Fiery herbs, all of this cocoa. Then I want to hold on to the oil. I'm gonna have to switch in what's his name, Toxicroak, to get some oil for us. I was really hoping to get that ingredient magnet to trigger with Blastoise, but it didn't. So I think I'm gonna swap out Venusaur for Toxicroak, try to restock on some of this oil for lunch and dinner. And while we're at it, we have a little bit of space left. I don't want to use the mushrooms. I want to save those. So we'll just throw in all this honey to max it out. And hopefully we can at least break 20,000 with this. Even better if we got an extra tasty. I don't know if that's going to happen. We're already, we might pass 10,000, just shy of it. 9,889 before the bonus kicks in. Not quite 20,000, 18,897. Just shy of leveling up to 26. So close. All right, well, it's not a bad start. That should put us roughly halfway to Master 7. Which I believe, if I remember Monday correctly, it was a long time ago, but if I remember, that was our goal for the week, was Master 7. But Master 6. Come on, there it is. Master 6, let's see, 493,000 currently, and we need 528, so right about 35,000. It's definitely doable today with the extra pot space, but we'll just have to see how things go. All those mushrooms will definitely help. Thank you, Gengar. And then let's swap out, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and swap out this Venusaur for Toxicroak, get some of that oil coming in, because that, we definitely don't need that to be the one thing stopping us today. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of what I wanted to discuss with the tier list. So I messed around with it for about an hour or so yesterday, and what I found is that the tier list seems to be user dependent. And this part was pointed out to me by Zorark, as I mentioned earlier, that it seems like the tier list changes based on your user settings. So when I went in and corrected all of my user settings to be accurate to the way that I play the game, it changed what I saw on the tier list. If you remember yesterday, there were 5 Pokemon on the tier list. Gengar with double herbs was S rank. Now, since I've changed the settings, it's showing me only Gengar and Feraligatr are S rank. And it's changed the ingredient spread that it's recommending. So when I showed you guys this tier list yesterday, I didn't even notice that all these settings were up here. I just saw the tier list and just hyper focused and had my shaders on and was not paying attention, or my blinders on, that's the one. Was not even paying attention to all of this up here. This is where it gets very interesting and can be very beneficial to help you plan on what you should be looking for and potentially help you plan your teams as well. So what you can do is, let's go to Taup Hollow, for example. We can click on Taup Hollow. It highlights the berries for Taup Hollow as always. If you're on green grass, just make sure to select the berries that your Snorlax has that week, whatever they may be, and it will change the tier list for you as well. But we're going to go with Taup Hollow for our example. And it shows that if we're on total strength, the S rank for Taup Hollow is going to be Typhlosion. Another thing that you can do, this little details button right here, you can click that and it will show you the ranges of strength for each tier. And then if you click on the tier, it will show you the expected strength for each of the possible combinations. So that is one way that you can plan. You can also click on ingredient strength and it will show you in Taup Hollow which ones are going to be the most beneficial in terms of your ingredient gatherers. However, if you want a specific ingredient, say mushrooms, for example, it will only show you Pokemon that can collect mushrooms and then rank them in the tier list as well. With mushrooms, we don't even have an A or a C tier. Gengar's your only choice. Let's say we want, let's do not fiery herbs because that's going to be the same. Let's say we want ginger. Tyranitar. Top choice. Double ginger is the best. Ginger soybeans, second best. That makes sense. Same with skill trigger value. Let's get rid of the ginger requirement. One thing I noticed is that Vaporeon seems to be S tier skill trigger no matter what island you go to. Doesn't matter. It's Vaporeon. So I'm thinking that this is something I haven't looked into yet to confirm, but it seems like Vaporeon might just have the highest base skill trigger rate in the game in general. So back to what we were talking about with Taup Hollow. You can see Typhlosion, Onix, Quilava, top tier, top 3 berry gatherers according to the tier list. You can also change the level that it's showing you. And with a higher level comes different combinations, so the tier list expands a bit more. Granted, this is all stuff that if you really want to delve into it, you can, but if you just want to look at the tier list itself, let's go ahead and refresh it. Just set it back to 0. What I would say is just pick the island you're on. If it's green grass, make sure you select the berries. Let's just go ahead and say it's the Lapis green grass island. Then this is what your tier list looks like. Use this to help inform your decisions, what you're looking for, how you're going to build your team, and just set it up that way. You can pick sub skills and natures. I'm not exactly sure why you would do that, but maybe somebody can figure that out. To me, I don't know why I would pick these in this scenario, but maybe there is a reason to do so. If you know the reason to do so, or you can think of a reason to do it in this tier list, please drop that in the comments. Help us all out because I'm not getting it. But use this to plan your team and what you want to look for moving forward. What I did want to point out, some things that are kind of interesting to me that don't quite seem to add up, a little bit oddities. So I was checking in the team analysis. Let me actually go back to potatoes because this is what I was really worried about. Potatoes, ingredient strength. So it shows that at level 60 for potatoes, I'm not sure why, it shows this, but it shows that a Victory Bell with double tomato potato and tomato potato tomato ranks higher than Victory Bell with tomato potato potato. I'm not sure why, because when we go to team analysis, you can see that the Victory Bell with tomato double potato brings in more potatoes than the other combinations. My assumption is that it is only looking at them based on the total ingredient strength from what's brought in, and maybe the amount of tomatoes brought in offsets the lower number of potatoes in terms of strength. But if you're only looking at, hey, how many what's going to bring in the most potatoes, for some reason it has the Victory Bell that will bring in the most in A tier, not an S tier. I don't know why. And then even if we look at Mr. Mime with tomato double potato, it still brings in more potatoes than the other two combinations that are in S tier, and the potato double tomato mime is actually in B tier. So keep that in mind if you're looking at this to try to figure out what's going to bring in the absolute most of a specific ingredient, that this is not reflecting that accurately. This is why I like to go to team analysis and set them to different levels and really get an idea of how many you can realistically expect in a given day from different combinations. So keep that in mind. The other oddity that I wanted to point out, let's go back to Top Hollow because this is where I ran into it. Take the potatoes off and go back to level 30. So here we can see we have Typhlosion and then Onyx and then Quilava in the ratings or the rankings. So if you have them just neutral natures and neutral no sub skills, then of course Typhlosion brings in the most, 125 berries for 14,000 strength. Onyx is second place, 102 berries for 11,000 strength. But then Quilava actually brings in a higher amount of strength merely because of its main skill that it procs about 6% of the time. Or no, sorry, that main skill proc is about 6% of the total strength it brings in. So it does bring in more and should theoretically be higher than Onyx in the tier ratings, but for some reason it's lower. And when you move over to having a full pack, these two on the, oh, I forgot to change this one to level 30. When you move over to having a full pack, the Onyx is actually better when it has a full inventory space and doesn't bring in any ingredients, because the citrus berries give you more strength per berry. But it's such a small difference that if you have a very good Quilava and you don't have that good of an Onyx, Quilava may actually be your better choice. So don't think of this tier list as an end-all be-all. It's kind of more of a general guideline than a hard and fast rule. So I just wanted to point those out and to apologize for not delving into this further before I brought it to your attention yesterday, but I wanted to make sure that I really went through all of this with you guys to make sure that you can use this tool to your fullest potential, or to its fullest potential, to really help you reach your fullest potential. But that said, that's what I've got for the tier list. I do want to kind of run the video out with us using the candies that we need to finish the mission. We need to use 200 and something candies, 244 candies. And we are to a point where we actually have some good Pokemon that would benefit from it to get us ready for Lapis. So our Mankey that we had the other day, I actually forgot to change his name. Or no, that's the one we just got. So this Mankey is terrible. We're going to send that to the professor right now. We don't need it, but we do need the candies. The Mankey we got the other day, 80%, pretty solid. I'm happy with it. I think that we can probably go ahead and just use all of these candies now. Takes 40 to evolve it to a primate, and it's going to be worth it in the long run. All of the helping speeds are going to help, since this one is always going to have its pack full. Naive nature might as well be a neutral nature, it doesn't matter, but the XP gains do help us to get it to level 25. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Get it to level 25. I'm going to use just enough to get there. Bro. So that's almost enough candies to trigger the mission, but I'm going to use 4 handy candies. Oh, nope. I needed 2 more. I miscalculated. I thought it said we had 28. 2 more, and then we're going to evolve it. I'm happy enough with this Mankey that I think this is possibly the best we're going to find, but knowing my luck now that I've invested all of this into this Mankey, tomorrow we're going to find 100%. Just because that's how my luck goes. There we go. We have our primate ready for Lapis when it drops. And that's a job well done. Kind of surprised that it's only 995 RP, but that's what happens. The game doesn't know that I'm going to leave its pack full all the time, so it doesn't realize just how strong that primate is going to be. Just like that, our final mission of the week is done. We can get our free diamonds. We can start the video with diamonds and end the video with diamonds. And that said, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think about the tier list and how useful you think it could be. And until next time, later, dudes.